Hello, hello, hello! So this is my first booktube video, and I've been wanting to join booktube for about a year now, but I've been terrified, so please be nice to me. But as I said, this is my first video, and I wanted to tackle something that's pretty universal here on booktube at the start of every year. Booktubers are figuring out what they want to read, how much they want to read, they're figuring out what content they want to create, and I really like that idea of starting the year off making plans and making goals and being creative. And so I'm really excited for this year. I think for my booktube channel, I'm gonna give it a year and then reassess and see if this is something I want to continue doing. Simply because I don't know how this year is gonna go. I didn't start a channel last year because last year was super busy with health, and I was pregnant, and I had a newborn, and my son's 6 months old now, so I feel like I should be able to balance this okay, maybe. If you have kids, let me know. I don't know how this is gonna work, but yeah, I'm super excited for this channel. I love books, and I love reading, and I love writing, and I've been watching booktube since about 2015 when I realized, oh, people are reading intensely, and they're reading a lot, and I feel like that's what I should be doing because that's what I love. So I started reading intensely in 2015, and that's when I first hit like 100 books in a year. I don't know what I was averaging before then, but nonetheless, this is an experiment at best, I guess. And so watching all of my favorite booktubers, I've always been like, man, that looks so fun. And they get to talk about all the books, and people can listen, or they could just, not listen. And I think sometimes I feel a little guilty because I trap my husband into listening to me go on and on and on about books that he probably won't ever read or doesn't care about. So I'm excited for that aspect of like this community and joining the community and talking about books. And I might read books that other people like. I might read books that people have absolutely no intention of reading. I don't know. I'm a pretty eclectic reader. I read pretty fairly across all genres except thriller. I don't do thriller. I don't do horror whatsoever. It's not about to compromise my sleep even more just for a few thrills, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't read horror. Thriller, I should probably say, because thriller isn't necessarily horror, but I have to be really, 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 really careful about thriller. So, but I do consider myself pretty eclectic. I really love middle grade. I do love adult fiction. I absolutely 100% adore poetry. I will read poetry till the day I die. I discovered poetry. When did I discover poetry? Like elementary school. I discovered poetry, and I've never looked back. Like one of the first poems that I memorized was a Langston Hughes poem. And speaking of which, I finally got a collection of Langston Hughes poetry. I mean, he's my absolute favorite poet, and it isn't until this last Christmas that I finally got a collection of his work. I mean, boom. But yeah, so anyway, for this channel, my goals are to do a lot of reviews, to do wrap-ups. I really like the idea of a reading vlog. I have no idea how any of this equipment works. I have no idea, like, I'm just filming from my iPhone, but I have no idea how to edit. I have no idea how to film. I have no idea how to put that together. So it's gonna be a lot of learning on my part. But I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. It's good to learn something new, keep my brain active, especially now that I have a child. And I think that's one thing that I do want to talk about real quick. For my channel goals, one thing, content related, you will not see tons of hauls. I know the tendency with booktube is to want to buy a ton of books and haul a ton of books and show everybody, but that's not something I can financially do. And you might see me, like, maybe a few times this year, I'll show a book that I've bought, but most of my books come from the library. I use my library so much. I love my library. I love my library system. There's an app I can use to get audiobooks and ebooks. There's an app I can use to, put other books on hold and to, keep track of my account, and I can go get my books. One of the books I just finished, actually, this book is A Whole Life by Robert Seethaler, translated by Charlotte Collins. This is the book I plan on reading next. Library book. I use the library. This book I borrowed from a friend. Like the book I just finished, library book, which I'll be talking about in my next video. I plan on doing a review. But yeah, so I use the library a lot. So with my channel, I don't plan on doing hauls. I can't do TBRs. Like the fact that I have 2 books lined up to read kind of makes me a little antsy because I feel like I'm not getting to them quick enough. And so I'm afraid that I won't actually read them because I'm like, well, I'm not getting to them. So I have to move on. But I don't want to do that, so I won't do that, especially because my friend let me borrow her book and kind of have to read it. Even though, no, I'm really excited to. I'm really excited to read it. But let's see what else I wanted to talk about. My goal this year, reading-wise, my goal is 25 books on Goodreads. It's taken me way too long to figure out Goodreads. I need somebody to sit me down and show me exactly how to use it because I feel like I'm using only 10% of Goodreads. I just get on and I add, I want to read this. I've read that. I finished this. I don't know how to use that app at all. It's embarrassing. I finally figured out how the reading challenge works. You have to hit a specific button in order for it to count the book. Okay, whatever. But, so I only have 25 books on my Goodreads challenge, but secretly in my heart of hearts, since I started intensely reading in 2015, I've always wanted to hit 100 books. And so this year is no different. Even though last year I planned on only reading 52 books because I was pregnant and I was going to have a baby and that was going to be a ton of work. I was like, oh, I'll just read 52 books. It'll be fine. I can do that. I still ended up reading 100 books. God only knows how that happened. But it's been fantastic. So in my heart of hearts, my goal is 100 books. But what I'm holding myself accountable to in the here and now is 25. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'm super excited. I love reading so much. And I'm so excited to talk about books and talk about writing and reading and all the things that we love. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year, folks. I'm excited. All right. Until the next video. Bye.